Ladies and gentlemen, in the lower left-hand corner, the red Zerg player from Team Liquid. It is TLO. Taking game number 1 against Pox in relatively simple fashion. Roaches everywhere. And, yeah. Always fun to see roaches everywhere. Always fun to see, to test my multitasking observing abilities. In the upper right-hand corner of the map, we have our blue Protoss player from ECVisualize. It's Diffe. So again, guys, welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. It's a pleasure to be able to bring you these games. I'm Wardy, and this is the SE2 Improved Team League, and we're in map number 2 of Liquid versus ECV here on Secret Spring. Liquid currently lead the series 1-0 after TLO took down Pox on Expedition Lost. So again, I mean, TLO, it kind of depends, you know, how good is his ZVP feeling? Because, I mean, again, we mentioned it earlier, ECVisualize are basically just made up of Protoss players right now, so that could be slightly problematic as time goes on, because, you know, they can become very predictable, and, you know, all you need is to get your team to practice versus Protoss for a week, and you should be able to beat ECV. They're very easy to prepare for, so be nice to see them maybe add a few more non-Protoss players to their roster. As time goes on, TLO just going to be dropping Hatchery first here, so feeling fairly confident about this. He's got an Overlord heading across the map. I guess he probably would have seen any probe coming across to try and cannon rush at this point. So he's not really afraid of that. I mean, it's a pretty boring map early on. It's very it'd be very hard to miss the initial probe coming across. So yeah, TLO actually just going to even move out and take a third base because he's so confident this is a gateway expand. And you'll see it right now as well. He sees the gateway of the Overlord just in time to come across and put that third hatchery down. So what a great map to do this on. Free hatch before pool, and no worries at all about it. So third hatch will come down now, and behind this TLO can go for his pool. He might even take a gas beforehand. Let's see just how greedy he wants to be.
Game paused.
As Diffe just asked for a quick pause here. Just track this out of game. So we're back in game in a couple of moments, guys. Just Diffe with a quick pause here, and again, interested to see if TLO takes a gas before the pool or not. I imagine he's going to put the pool down though. Maybe. I guess he might just put them down like a similar time. We'll see. We'll see. TLO going to wreck this guy, says Genix9898. Who else is chatting away in here? Cypher has himself a new cup of cocoa and is ready to watch some Immortals and Sentries. Oh, he knows what's up. Cypher2, you know exactly what is up. Bazooka, my eyes. I hope you're talking about the map, because yeah. So yeah, not really too much going on. A lot of hype for Diffe in the chat, man. A lot of hype for Diffe in the chat as we go back in game. Go is called, and we resume the map right here. So TLO probably just about to drop down his pool, and there his pool just come down. So free hatch before pool. Nexus on the way for Diffe fairly early as well, but again, it's kind of a gateway expand. It's kind of hard to punch the free hatch before pool. I mean, it is still a very early Nexus. You know, he puts it down before his Cybernex core. But he hasn't scouted, and that's the real issue here. Without scouting, he doesn't know what he's up against. So hopefully he puts down his cybercore now, and he, you know, from this he goes across the map and does a bit of scouting, because it'd be really nice for him to realize that he's against free hatch before pool, because then he can decide how he wants to respond to this. Because, you know, it may very well change the idea of what he wants to do on this map. You know, maybe instead now he wants to, you know, maybe initially he thought he's going to go 2 base Immortal Sentry. Now he maybe wants to go for a very aggressive attack just on gateways, for example, you know, because he feels that's a better way to go against the free hatch before pool. But he's not scouting at all, so he's just saying, whatever you're doing, I don't care. I'm very confident with, you know, with dealing with anything, basically. So come at me, you know, give me your best shot. And of course, you know, TLO is probably not going to come towards him and give him his best shot, because Zerg players generally just sit defensively. So Overlord will fly over here and get between the main and the natural, and can be used for scouting. A little bit later on, the rest of the Overlords will not be making their way over to the other side of the map. Just going to sit in the middle here, which is pretty good anyway, because you can just sit and watch. It's actually a really nice Overlord position. See if a third base is taken at the gold or something crazy, and also see, of course, the main attack path through the map. So pretty nice just to leave the Overlord back there. As a Zergling going to pop up to the high ground, and we'll just see, not too much, just see another gateway added on. And 2 sentries are being made right now for Diffe as he does start up with that robotics facility fairly early here. So again, the possibility to go for a little bit of a mortal sentry is there, especially with these early sentries. I mean, he's going to have a lot of energy built up very early on. So we'll see how this goes. The Zergling just sitting on this ramp right now, not too bothered about what's happening. Just say, you know, he's saying to that Zard, I dare you to come at me. TLO just look at that. He really is dancing with that. I think he wants to try and maybe get the Zard to move forwards and then run by it and try and get a little bit more of a scout without having to sacrifice his Overlord, because I mean his Overlord's probably not going to scout much anyways. That being said, this robot facility is kind of built very, very close to the Overlord, so he probably could make it there. Diffe doesn't know that there's not another Overlord, so of course he's got a sentry over on this side, and there is that Chrono Boost on the Immortals, so Immortal Sentry as we pretty much expect. Rotron on the way down here for TLO. And we're ready to see how he's going to, well, I mean, he's pretty much going to try and deal with this with just Roachling, adding on a couple of Spore Crawls right now because he's unsure as to what exactly his opponent's going for, and again, he doesn't want to, you know, run into too many issues. Only 2 gases, so maybe not so much Immortal Sentry as this is going to be Immortal Zealot. Overlord starts moving forward, so he needs to bring this other Sentry across as soon as possible because he really doesn't want this robot facility to be scouted. And will he be able to, oh wow, the Overlord actually just turns around, so he's not going to try it. So he's going to get away without any information being revealed. Another Overlord on the way in towards the main, and he is going to spot the robot facility. Is he? Just at the last moment, spots that there. So nice start by TLO, actually bringing that Overlord from the middle of the map to come and do that, deal with that. Zealot at the front does deal with the Zergling. Second Immortal about to pop out. So this is going to be a lot of gateways again, only 2 gases. So very much so just going to be the initial sentries that are already out, and well, a few more will be warped in, but then it's going to be primarily Zealots, as we're going to see the Warp Prism coming up next. A few roaches already being made here, as TLO going to just make his way down again. Can't speak again. Going to be able to take down these rocks and delay his opponent a little bit from moving across the map. And Diffe will begin to move across here with another round of units before he moves out. Really wants to just wait for this Warp Prism, it seems. Oh no, TLO! Did all of them Zerglings survive? Wow, they did. I thought the Zerglings were going to die, man. Some roaches popping out here as well, and with the help of these rocks are also going to drill down very, very quickly. A couple of Zerglings are stuck on this side of the map. They're going to see this army moving down, actually towards the south side. And this is kind of interesting. I mean, this map is very, you know, the third base is very far away from the main. And, you know, if you harass him towards the main, while, you know, attacking down towards this third, it can be a little bit tough to deal with. So let's see what TLO is going to do. He's up to 64 drones right now. The army for Diffe right now, if I think he was to take a straight up fight, I think Diffe's army does win, but TLO has a lot of time because Diffe is taking the long way around. He's having to come down this south side. He's going to warp in a round of Stalkers here. Both players. TLO actually hitting a supply block. 5 Overlords on the way though, so he's going to get out of that pretty quickly. And again, all he really wants to try and do right now is just spam out units. You know, he doesn't need any more drones or anything. Just spam out units, try and bait force fields where he can, and just take the best engagement possible. First Stalkers though, getting some free damage onto a couple of roaches. They're going to pick off one of these. Nearly, not quite. As Roach is going to start coming down from this left side. In fact, this concave is pretty sick from TLO. Let's zoom out, because if he comes in from all the different angles right now, this could be really great. It's going to expend a lot of force field energy. Roach speed not quite finished. These roaches are still taking a little bit of damage. And a few roaches picked off here already. As Diffe going to come towards this third base now. A couple more force fields coming down. Roaches coming in from behind as well, though. And so far, I think Diffe is doing a pretty good job here. As drones are actually going to be pulled, so TLO, does he just not really quite have enough to deal with this? I mean, maybe not. This Warp Prism's still warping in. Now, nice couple of force fields again. And oh, there's some great force fields. There's a lot of roaches going down. A bit of a questionable force field on the right side. And I don't know what that force field was there. That was a little bit late coming in. But that was pretty nice. And the army supply is still here, still very even. TLO's about to get +1 missile attacks. But I mean, these Immortals are so untouchable right now. He's going to go for the fight. The sentries are starting to run out of force field energy, and that will be a big factor in this. Roach speed is a factor now as well, but Diffe is maybe about to take a supply lead. Some more Stalkers being warped in, and it looks as though Diffe going to head towards this third base. He's going to take down this Spine Crawler before it goes in, and I actually don't see a way for TLO to be able to, well, save this third. He's already evacuating it, so there they go. The drones get pulled. And Diffe is looking strong to maybe even up this series right now. Observer goes down. I don't think Burrow's been upgraded, so that's not going to be too much of an issue. As Diffe should probably just kill that hatchery just to stop the lava coming in. Big counterattack from TLO. Moving across the map with that right now as a few Overlords again are found here. And Diffe is going to take these down. I think it's time for him to just go, though. I think he needs to, stop wasting time, just go for it. Maybe he doesn't realize that these roaches are on the way in for a counterattack. He does see it, though. He sees it on the minimap very early, but is he paying attention? No, he's not! And he's let so many roaches up the ramp here, and that is huge. Loses the sentry as well before the force field goes down, so this shouldn't really be happening, as drones on hold position are actually going to be a little bit annoying, bugging out the AI a little bit. Spine Crawlers may very well be able to finish up here, but that being said, there's still 2 Immortals, and 2 Immortals are going to be so good. The problem is getting up this ramp. A couple more force fields come down, and Transfuse comes down at the same time. A lot of damage being done over here, and Immortals, well, he's supply blocked, so he can't get anything out from there, and being supply blocked, he can't warp in anything else, so this is really good for TLO. As Diffe moves up the ramp, he's going to try and bust through these Spine Crawlers right now. He gets all of his army firing, so he's finally going to be able to bust through this a little bit sooner, and this turns into a pretty big base race now, as, well, Diffe has got a lot of money, so he can warp in a lot. He's got a few Stalkers up here already, but they're going to go down very quickly. I think just pull the probes and warp in. He needs to warp in. He's got so much money. His gateway's empowered? Well, okay, he's got a couple of gates, just not that many, I guess, because he has lost a few of them being empowered, etc. TLO has still got this hatchery. He's actually mining over here. This was a big mistake by Diffe to leave this alive. There's no reason for this to, for that to ever be the case, to leave that alive. He's just giving his opponent free, extra roaches. Burrows being made, and with the oh no, burrows being made. Where, on the lair? Oh, this is huge. If he kills the lair before burrow, that is, well, it's just essential. He's going to come up here though and kill the drones because he wants to stop the economy. And Diffe doesn't have a single probe, but he can make one. He's got 600 minerals, so he can make a probe. But he needs to make a probe and get it out soon because his Nexus are about to die. Nexus. I think he's kind of throwing this game, man. He's going to come back over here. If he sees that high layer upgrading, which he should. But he doesn't. He doesn't see it. And so roaches can just burrow, forever. Does he have one probe in this? No, it's a Stalker. Oh, he needed a probe. He really needed a probe, but he doesn't have a single probe out on the map. And without a probe out on the map, he can't build anything, so it's just a base race. I mean, he could go over here and do what, though? I mean, the roaches can burrow. TLO's going to get burrow up. This was a pretty huge throw from Diffe, man. Like, a really huge throw. Like, he's going to send the Immortals over there to try and, to deal with the roaches. I mean, I guess with good... So I guess, theoretically, he can keep his structures alive with good Immortal Micro, right? With good Warp Prism Immortal Micro. He's going to try and take down... I don't know what he takes down first. Maybe goes up and denies economy up here first. I mean, so with good Immortal Micro, he can theoretically defend his buildings forever, but of course there's going to be good Roach Micro, Burrow Micro from TLO as well, and I think Diffe maybe starting to realize this. He just doesn't have an Observer, he doesn't have probes. This should be, I still think, an unlosable game, but a couple of Roaches starting to fall, so I mean slowly but surely here, TLO is losing a couple of units, as he's got another hatchery coming up right to the top left, 8 drones on the map. So I mean Diffe needs to pay a lot of attention to these Immortals as Roaches pop up, they grab a shot on the pylon here. And they'll be able to get another bit of damage done. He's actually going to grab another pylon. Ooh, but he loses that roach. So, again, this is very close as, well, another drone being made from TLO. He's going to lose his opponent pool. He needs to kill that. This roach roar needs to die very quickly. Diffe doesn't want any more roaches to deal with. As Roach is actually trading against the Immortals here, but I mean, he is actually losing roaches. I mean, slowly but surely he is losing roaches. His, his Burrow Micro is not perfect. So, if all these roaches do die, okay, but I mean splitting up these roaches is very smart as well. I think Diffe should just choose, one or the other. He either deals with this set of roaches or he deals with this set of roaches. TLO being as annoying as possible here. He could have built some more roaches if he wanted to, but he builds drones instead. I mean, that's he's got a hallucinated Phoenix moving around the map. He has gone in the wrong direction initially, so he needs another one to find this top left base. As he could maybe just send one Immortal to the top. It's kind of risky though, right? Because there's only 3 roaches up there. I think what he really needs to do is it's so close. He's on so few buildings right now. All right, so he's going to kill another Overlord. He's going to head towards this top left side. I think he has a pretty good idea about where that final base must be. Hallucinated Phoenix will lead the way as well. Until he just stays burrowed here with these few roaches. I mean, so if he shuts down this base, if he shuts down this mining. Where does TLO? Oh, TLO still has drones in his main base. Wow. Well, that's pretty huge, to have drones in his main base still. So he starts a hatchery over there again. I mean, we need more hallucinations out of Diffe. He needs to continue scouting all the time. Of course, he doesn't have burrows. These drones can just keep popping up all over the place. So this hatchery goes down. This is the only building left for TLO right now. This is close, man. And I mean, these gateways and Cybercore do have a lot of health left on them. But again, roaches just burrow. I mean, drones just burrow. He needs to get over here. He needs to kind of lead. He's going to find it straight away. So he's going to find it straight away. He checks the gold. He sees it straight. You'll see it in a moment or two with this hallucinated phoenix. He needs to get down here before drones can mine a bit more. That being said, I don't know if the drones can mine 300 minerals before. Okay, I don't think the drones can mine 300 minerals before this hatchery dies. Another hallucinate stalker being sent up here. This is smart. This is really smart to deny the hatchery being built. Oh no, has TLO just lost his roaches? Oh no, he sent them up there. Oh, now they're coming down here. Oh god, there's roaches everywhere. Diffe really needs to defend these bases. He's going to be able to kill this. This is so smart though. These drones are in trouble over here. This is TLO's last base. He GG's! And Diffe does take it. But what a crazy game right at the end there. And honestly,